Kevin, I know that you are excited, and therefore, let's hit the music because the Birds are back in the Super Bowl. And so, Super Bowl
What number is this?
59.
I don't know Roman numerals.
This is 59.
59.
There we go.
The
Lit.
Chiefs versus the Eagles. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch those Eagles fly, Kevin. This is your squad, so we'll toss it to you first. We know our reoccurring guest, Kaz Johnson of Kazzy Bear TV, was. Sorry, I got distracted by the music. Now I got to turn it off, otherwise it's just going to keep going and going and going. So we know that our favorite recurring guest, Kaz Johnson of Kazzy Bear TV, is picking his Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Kevin, I would imagine you would do the same. But what's your thoughts and analysis behind it, and who do you got winning Super Bowl MVP if the Eagles were to win it all?
The one and only Jalen Hurts. But we'll get onto that later on. People are saying, Kevin, why are you so confident? You weren't confident. You weren't this confident the first go round. And you know what I said to them? I said, you're damn right. 2022, we stumbled into the championship. You know, going into the season,
Sure did stumble.
we have two
I wonder why.
We have 2 first-round picks. Jalen's on a contract year. Are we going to trade up for a quarterback? We're going to trade these picks away and get a quarterback. What are we going to do? Jalen Hurts becomes the MVP. If he doesn't get hurt, he wins the MVP. So he went from a question mark to the MVP, and now we're in the Super Bowl. Right? No one expected us to be here. So we lose. But this time, this 2024-25 team, this is all we talked about. I've been saying this for months. It was Super Bowl or bust. Not only do we go and add guys like Quinyon Mitchell, Saquon Barkley, we bring in Vic Fangio, Cooper DeJean, and this defense brings light to this team. Everyone says, Kevin, you were third most sacks in NFL history that year. How is this defense better? I said, it's not just Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. It's Nakobe Dean. It's Zach Bond. It's Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith. We still have Josh Sweat. We have rookies like Jackson Hunt coming in making plays. This team hasn't turned the ball over once in the playoffs. That was Jalen's problem in the Super Bowl. If we don't fumble that, we win the game. We forced 10 turnovers to force an R0. Jalen Hurts is that guy now. He has put himself on a list of guys that start multiple Super Bowls before 27. You have guys like Big Ben, Hall of Famer, Tom Brady, the GOAT, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. You can't finish that list without the one and only Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is playing top-notch football for us. When you wanted him to throw it, Toddy, he threw it. You know, it's either can he do it? He's being carried. He's doing this. Why do I think he's going to be Super Bowl MVP? Because I think in my cards, Spags is sitting back and saying, look, you're going to have to throw, and you're going to have to beat us. And he's going to take over and beat them. I think Jalen Hurts, people take every other quarterback over Jalen Hurts, and he still broke the 33-year curse of once you lose a Super Bowl, you don't get to go back. We're still waiting on guys like Brock Purdy to get back. You know, Aaron Rodgers, you know, a lot of guys that, you know, just haven't gotten back. You know, the list goes on, and I'm sorry to take shots at you guys, but this defense is playing phenomenal. Like I said, we had 10 turnovers this year. And when the Kobe team goes down, my phone goes off and it's Toddy. The Kobe team goes down, Kevin. What's going to happen? I said, hey, man, Oren Burks, we're fine.
He's played for us.
20 tackles, 11 stops, 2 forced fumbles, and a sack. Only allowing 45 yards in coverage. All season long, this defense has been next man up mentality. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think we're going to come in here and we're going to punch them in the mouth. He is 2-8 when the time to the defense gets to him is under 3.38 seconds. We have the game plan. We got to get to him. And this Chiefs offense doesn't have Rashee Rice, who killed us in the Super Bowl. And I know Toddy's going to say it. What about Juju? He has 67 yards. No one gives a damn about Juju.
What about D-Hop?
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins, a future Hall of Famer,
Future for what he did not in a Kansas City jersey, right?
because he's been there half a season.
He could have been there for 4. The next,
All
even
right.
the next 4 years, and we're still going to know him for what he used to do.
All right.
Every week in and week out, Tiny calls me, Kev, what's going to happen? I said, I don't fear their wide receiver 2 because their wide receiver 1 is not going to show up. Quinton Obey, Cooper DeJean, Darius Slay. This is one of the best secondaries in football. I get it. Vic Fangio is 0-8 against Patrick Mahomes.
Tough.
Those games, his offenses couldn't score more than 15 points one time. And I'm going to end it on this. You know, the Chiefs have this record, longest in the league, 18 straight playoff games without allowing a 100-yard rusher. Joe Mixon, 18 carries, 88 yards. James Cook, 13 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. If Joe Mixon ran for 5 yards a carry and James Cook ran for 6.5 a carry against this Chiefs defense, what in the hell do you think Saquon Barkley and the best offensive line in football is going to run for him? So you got to pick your poison. Either you load the box and tell us to throw it, or you let us run the ball all day. We didn't have that run game. If you guys don't, I don't know if you guys don't remember this, we had to bench Miles Sanders in the Super Bowl. The lights got too bright. We don't have to worry about that with Saquon.
All right, Toddy. Who do you got in this one? Chiefs versus Eagles, part 2.
It's
and also, I'm sorry. Also, who is your Super Bowl MVP?
I'm a gambler.
He's a gambling man.
Fuck your gambling.
Chiefs are gonna win. I'm just like, I've seen it too many times. Like, it's the only person that he lost to in the Super Bowl is calling games now. His name is like cemented in football history. It's just like,
and who did he lose to once upon a time?
He lost to,
they can share that.
Okay.
They can both have that as common coming Monday.
Okay. I do agree with Kevin. They have shitload of talent on defense. Love their secondary. If you would have asked me a couple of years ago, what do the Eagles need to get better at? It's their secondary. I feel like they've addressed that situation. I think Kevin's sleeping on their receiving core. I think Hollywood Brown's going to be making plays. I think we'll see guys like Juju Smith get involved. Travis Kelce's going to have a hell of a game. I thought Kareem Hunt has been playing really well. Spags is a magician on the defensive end of the ball. I do think Andy and Pat always figure it out. It's not a coincidence that they're undefeated when the games are close. When they're like one score games, they're undefeated. Kevin, your team's you have the better team. Yes, you have the better team. I'm going to give that to you. Saquon, AJ, Devontae. Who's going to guard this person? Who's going to guard that person? How do we lose this game? The answer is simple. Patrick Mahomes. I don't
he tackles?
I don't know.
He blocks?
To say.
He catches the football?
Kevin likes stats. When under a touchdown, when under a 3-point dog, Patrick Mahomes is undefeated, 7-0. I don't know what you want me to do, Kevin. I can't. We've seen it too much. Kevin will agree with me. What advantage do the Chiefs have over the Eagles? Coach and quarterback. Very two important things, especially going into a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, last time they played against each other. Who was the better quarterback, Kevin, last time they played?
Jalen Hurts.
Who won?
Jalen Hurts.
No, he clearly lost.
Oh, so we're forgetting the other time we played the Chiefs. You said last time we played.
This is what Kevin always
said last time we played.
This is very
why
when I want you guys to listen to Kevin. Listen to him.
What did he say, Sean? Last time they played. That's what he said. No,
he was.
But in a court of law, I get to answer that way, and I'm not lying.
But he was implying that we were
Kevin
talking
knows.
about the Super Bowl.
Kevin knows.
Because
Last
Kevin
time
and
in the Super Bowl, he knows.
Sorry, Toddy, go ahead.
He knows what it is. Kevin knows what he's going up against. He can't show his. He can't be like vulnerable. He can't do it. There's no way in hell Kevin's going to show. He can't do it. He knows. He knows what he's up against. It's Patrick Mahomes. Kevin, similar situation last year. Our team was way better than the Chiefs. Better at D-line, receiving core, defense. What do they have that's better? Coaching quarterback. They win in double overtime. I mean, even going back to when you guys played them in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Eagles were winning that game. I think they were up at halftime, if I'm not mistaken, by double digits.
We were up all the way through.
Patrick Mahomes just figures out ways to win. I can't explain it. I don't know. The Chiefs, I'm putting money on the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Eagles are the better team. But I think it's Patrick Mahomes, man. He figures out these ways to just, I don't know. He figures out ways that I just can't explain. Like even they weren't even supposed to make it to the Super Bowl last year, and they went on the road and did it. I mean, it's just, I think he's gonna figure out to get guys like Hollywood Brown the ball, or he's gonna get DeAndre Hopkins. You think DeAndre Hopkins ain't gonna show his ass? He's been waiting for this his whole career. I mean, it's gonna be it's going to be a hell of a game. I will tell you that. It's gonna be a really, really good game. And I'm excited to watch. Son's birthday party is the exact same day, so I will be there. Will be
a great gift.
I will be in attendance.
So right. let's play. I know we're short on time. Let's just play a quick game. So he said I'm underrating the receiving corps. So we're gonna do the Chiefs receiving corps as a whole, all of them, versus these guys that Quinyon Mitchell has held to under 35 yards, and you let me know which one you're taking.
He can only guard one guy.
Hold on. You said I'm underrating them, so are we taking the Chiefs receiving corps or Christian Watson?
I don't understand your question.
Which one is better, the receiving corps as a whole or Christian Watson?
Well, Christian Watson can't stay healthy.
Yes or no?
Kevin's good at framing this stuff.
If you had to choose, would you rather the whole receiving corps, all of them as one, or Christian Watson? Who would you take?
Give me the Chiefs receiving corps.
All right, same thing. Brian Thomas Jr.
Why are we comparing
because guys? He stopped them, and you said I'm underrating this core. They're not better than these guys I can name.
Okay.
So how am I underrating them when they're not better than them? I can keep going. Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb.
Is Quintanamo Bay going to shadow Travis Kelce the whole game?
Doesn't have
Who is he guarding?
We asked that off for that. I mean, shit. Juju plays a lot of reps. They play Gray, their backup tight end.
But our point is that Travis Kelce is the main receiver for the Chiefs. And so you're looking at it strictly on the wide receivers when the biggest weapon for Patrick Mahomes to target is his tight end. And it has been for over 5 years.
Has he not lost a step? Is this the same Travis Kelce we played 2 years ago that stanky laid on us in the end zone?
What were those stats? What were those stats from the AFC Championship game? Because it was 10 days ago or 8 days ago. But didn't Travis Kelce put up numbers in the AFC Championship game 8 days ago?
Travis Kelce having one of his worst seasons as a professional.
I think it was the divisional round.
It was the division. Thank you, Toddy. Yeah, because he had a stinker in the AFC Championship game. I was about to look so dumb. 2 receptions for 19 yards in the AFC Championship game. But the week prior,
that's the league receiving core? A stinking 19 yards and 2 catches.
But the week prior, Kevin
is licking his chops right now.
7 receptions for 117 yards and a touchdown. Then the week before that, 8 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. So he had a bad game last week. I guess it's time for him to have a bad
Should I go through his stats in the season, or are we just going to say he had a bad year?
He had an underwhelming year this year. Yes.
I mean, for Travis
Very
Kelce standards,
underwhelming
yes.
for Travis standard. Very underwhelming.
Yes. So, Toddy,
like Brad, he's going to show up.
Toddy, you said that you're putting your money on the Chiefs. Forgive me. You said Patrick Mahomes is the MVP, or was it
Patty?
Patty. All right. So this is tough for me because, as I said last week, when the Chiefs beat the Bills, like I wanted to see the Chiefs lose in the AFC Championship game just because I didn't want to see them have a shot at a three-peat after the trauma that the Chiefs have inflicted on 49ers fans. But they won. And now they're going to play a great team, an absolutely great team in the Eagles. Kevin, you remember earlier in the year, I said that the Eagles defense is elite. And so, and I still believe that. But they're playing the boogeyman. As Jaevon said earlier, he just finds ways to win. Earlier, Kevin, when we were referring to not the last Eagles-Chiefs matchup, but the last time these teams played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, the Eagles were up the entire game and still lost. Last year, the 49ers were up the entire game against the Chiefs and still lost because of Patrick Mahomes. He is a all-time great. He's on his way to being the greatest of all time. And Jaevon mentioned earlier, DeAndre Hopkins, waiting for this moment his entire career, his entire life. DeAndre Hopkins put out a tweet this morning that I think is worth reading. He said, to all the kids out there living in small towns and small houses with single parents, to the kids who see violence, who see loss, who don't get the resources they deserve, but who still have big dreams, know that I was a kid in your exact shoes, and this week I'm playing in the Super Bowl. Don't give up. Work hard. Keep believing. Where you start doesn't determine where you end up. And that tweet in itself doesn't even hit on the fact. I mean, he alluded to the violence that he watched as a kid when his mom was abused by her boyfriend at the time, and how he threw like chemicals on her, and that's how she ended up blind and burned her skin. And he's always giving her the touchdown ball just so she can feel it when she's sitting in her seats in the end zone. You don't think that he wants her to feel that confetti? I mean, and Kevin might say, yeah, she can feel some green and white confetti. She's blind.
She'll be there, Russell. She'll something to hit her ground. Hey, put some in a Ziploc baggie for her.
Oh, man.
DeAndre Hopkins is an all-time great. He is going to give everything he possibly has in that game. This might be it for Travis Kelce. And so, yeah, he might have had an underwhelming performance in the AFC Championship game, but don't think that he's not going to leave it all out on the line. And we keep hearing about Guantanamo Bay. But, Kevin, who's the guy that when we were doing a this or that earlier this year regarding Derek Stingley Jr., who was the guy that you would not let us move on from, because we all said Derek Stingley Jr., but there was a guy on the Chiefs that you just would not let us forget about?
My man, Trent McDuffie.
Thank you. Trent McDuffie is going to likely match up with, if not A.J. Brown, he will match up with Devontae Smith.
Shaun, you read my notes. I was waiting for this to come.
You read my notes.
And so whether if he matches up against A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, I feel like it'll have a similar impact. And Kevin may have the statistics ready to go that's going to prove my point wrong. But Trent McDuffie is going to match up against one of the Eagles' top two guys. That's going to make an impact. Let's not forget, like, this Chiefs defense are no slouches either. And as I said, the Chiefs just always find a way to win. And Kevin, like, I want to see you have, like, for all the shit we talk, all the strays that the 49ers catch. And to be fair, I throw my fair amount of strays at the Eagles. I certainly did last year. But I, as my friend Kevin and Kaz, even though I've never met him in person, I would like to see both of you happy. I know more Eagles fans than I think I know anyone else from any other fan base other than the 49ers and the Raiders. I know the most Eagles fans other than the two local teams. And so I would like to see you all happy. Maybe be nice to us 49ers fans if you do. Like, be nice to us, please. We need it, especially those of us like Jaevon and I who were born in 1998 and had 5 Super Bowls precede us, and we've only seen 3 Super Bowl losses. But like I genuinely want to see you guys be happy. But when the Chiefs beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game, I just instantly got deja vu of it's happening again. Jaevon and I were ultra confident going into last year. Last season, the 49ers had the best running back in the NFL. This year, the Eagles have the best running back in the NFL. A new addition. And yet, the 49ers still lost. Yes, the 49ers didn't know the overtime rules, but they still lost because of that guy on the other sideline who is an all-time great. And that's what Tom Brady did for years and years and years. And I understand. Tom Brady lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl. He also lost to the Giants twice in the Super Bowl. But Tom Brady was the only guy that could take down Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl to this point. And I'm still convinced that he will remain the only guy unless we maybe later in Patrick Mahomes' career, we might see someone else do it. But to this point, Patrick Mahomes is in the dead center of his prime. And I think that Patrick Mahomes is going to accomplish history by having a three-peat. And my Super Bowl MVP is the guy who had a stinker in the AFC Championship game. Travis Kelce is going to win Super Bowl MVP, and he's going to retire. He's going to go out right off into the sunset with his beautiful girlfriend, Taylor Swift, who won 0 Grammys yesterday. And the Chiefs will be crowned as the Super Bowl champions. They will three-peat. And even though Patrick Mahomes will continue to dominate as years go on without without Travis Kelce, I think this is the end of the Chiefs dynasty as we know. Andy Reid might retire because what's a better way to go out than on a three-peat?
He's saying come back next year.
Okay, thank you, Jaevon. So there you go. That eliminates that possibility. But Travis Kelce, if he three-peats, I think this is it for him. And, I mean, Jason Kelce was saying on his late-night TV show, like, he doesn't know how many Trav has left. This might be it for him, especially if he wins another Super Bowl, goes out with 4 on a three-peat, and he wins Super Bowl MVP. If my prediction is correct, I got the Chiefs winning this one. If we're going to go with final scores, I say Chiefs 32-30. And Kevin, please tell me why I'm wrong about Trent McDuffie.
Before that, let's just close your eyes. You guys close your eyes, and I'm gonna tell you a story. There was once a boogeyman named Eli Manning, right? And people said he's the only man that could beat Tom. Nobody else can do it.
You got me to close. You got me to.
Hold on. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
You got me to close my eyes until you said Eli Manning.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. I'll participate.
They said only one person.
Eli Manning, guys.
Only one person can beat him. That's the only person that can do it. They're saying only one person can beat Mahomes. And then a guy named Nicholas Foles comes into the mix. Beats Tom Brady. Neither of you guys failed to mention they were on the verge of a three-peat as well. And unfortunately, they ran up against the Eagles, sent Tom packing to Tampa Bay. So maybe we do the same thing with Travis, and we send him on to retirement, fair and well. Now, this Trent McDuffie guy, very good, all pro. It's not that way with us. Same thing. That's with first game of the year. I told Jair Alexander, this is a different receiving corps.
Trent McDuffie's better than
Jair Brown in that game. 7 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. They're the most receiving yards per game versus the Kansas City Chiefs, minimum 3 games. Do you know who that guy is?
Who is it?
Devontae Smith with 107 yards per game. Second on that list, Andre Johnson at 102. Third on that list, Marvin Harrison Sr. at 96. Fourth on that list with 94 yards is Jamar Chase. So you think Trent McDuffie scares me? He doesn't, but he is better than Derek Stingley.
Is he better than Jair Alexander?
Yeah, he's cooked. The pack is indeed not back anymore.
Okay. So, all right. Well, Jaevon, but before we get out of here, I think there was something else that you wanted to say.
I just want to let everybody know, if the Eagles do not win on Sunday, this is going to be Kevin coming up on the podcast. This is Kevin. It's not going to be Prezi.
No,
you're not going to see.
Shaun, you can speak for me, bro. I show up. I always show up, win, lose, tie, or draw. I show up.
Oh,
Last
man.
time we lost, I showed up. I was late, but I still showed up. I take my L's the way I take my W's. But I tell you what, Monday comes around. You know what? Fuck Monday. Sunday night, Instagram Live. Me and the Hennessy bottle. Be ready. Because Kevin already took off Monday. I'm not coming.
Oh, that could be a good or bad.
So I will just say this before the game happens, regardless of what the outcome is. The last time that the Eagles lost in the Super Bowl, I was dancing on their grave. I had a good old time. I was singing "Cry Eagles Cry." If the Eagles lose again to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, like Toddy and I are predicting, and I just have a gut feeling, like maybe I ate something bad, and that's why I have a bad gut feeling. But I just have a really bad gut feeling. Good time to go to the doctor. But Kevin, I just have a really bad gut feeling that we're just going to see history repeat itself, and it's just going to be deja vu, where a team that the Chiefs already beat in the Super Bowl, they're going to do it again. Because I thought the 49ers were going to get their revenge last year, and maybe the Eagles are just far superior to the 49ers. The Eagles probably know the overtime rules now that the 49ers had such a blunder last year. But I'm just gonna next week, if what I feel is gonna happen, I'm gonna be here to comfort you. I will be virtually. I will be as much of a friend to you as I can, and I will be here for you. I promise that I'm not gonna be laughing or anything, because Toddy and I went through this last year, and that's why I'm so empathetic about it, is because we experienced this. Hope you don't have to, but I think it's inevitable at this point. But it'll definitely be a change of tune for me before or compared to the last Super Bowl. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Toddy, I will see you on Sunday for the King's first birthday party before I split off. But go ahead, Kevin.
Since you guys didn't like my Eli Manning analogy, all right, let's do it again. Close your eyes. Okay.
Oh God! Here. Oh well. Are you going to get me to open my eyes within 3 seconds again?
You're gonna like this one. You're gonna like it when I close your eyes. Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
We all purchase a ticket. We go see Avengers. They introduce Thanos, and the Avengers lose. All right. We wait a couple years. Avengers Endgame comes out, and they beat Thanos the second time. So why the fuck can't we? That's how we're gonna end the show today.
Why not us?
Why not us? The Avengers did the second time. Fuck Thanos.
Well, I mean, Kendrick Lamar did very well at the Grammys last night, and he did very well because of "Not Like Us." Well, I think that's what the Chiefs are going to be singing, is "Not Like Us." Tony.